Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna gossip. I have been injured for so long that I have had so many caregivers, and I'm gonna tell you the worst of all of them. So grab some popcorn and let's get into it. First, I want to say that over the last 14 years, I have truly been so blessed because 99% of my caregivers have been amazing and have truly become like best friends to me, and I've just been so lucky. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I am really lucky to have great caregivers, but I have also gone through some crazy stuff with caregivers, and I am going to talk about it all. So, the first one that comes to mind is way back in, I think it was 2011, so a year after I was injured. At this time, I was living in Reno, and a close friend of mine was taking care of me. Her name was Shelly. I will throw up a picture of us. And, we were so close, but we needed some extra help. And so we hired a caregiver. I interviewed her. She seemed like a great woman. She was so nice. She came, I think, maybe 5 times, and it was okay. We didn't have much in common, but it was fine. It worked for what we needed it to. Well, Shelly was going out of town on a business trip, and we had told the caregiver it is so important that you come over because we need you to get, Kenneth up and ready for the day and be there, help him eat, go through all of the daily things, blah, 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 blah. Well, she's like, of course, I would never, miss it. I know how important this is, and, I would never miss it. Well, thankfully, I decided to have a sleepover with a girlfriend of mine, Ashley. She's one of my best friends, love her to death. Here's a picture of us. She was there, spending the night, and the next morning comes, and I wake up, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, where's my caregiver? Like, she was supposed to be here at like 8 a.m. to get me up. Like, maybe she's running late. So I text her, and I'm like, hey, where are you? Like, are you getting close? I hear nothing. And so I'm like, okay, that's weird. I wait like an hour, and I'm like, hey, I hope everything's okay, not sure what's going on. Nothing. And then, of course, I'm like, well, I have to get out of bed. So thank gosh, Ashley, was there and knew how to take care of me, and she was able to get me, out of bed and into my chair, and, we hung out and stuff. But then it rolls around to the afternoon. I hear nothing from this woman. I go look on Facebook because I had added her on Facebook when I first hired her. She freaking blocked me on Facebook. And so I never heard another word from this woman. She blocked my number, blocked me on Facebook, couldn't get a hold of her. And I was just so blown away. I had no signs that she was unhappy, that she didn't want to do the job. It was crazy to me, and I'm still so like confused when I think back to it, because it's like, what an awful person you have to be to knowingly leave someone with my level of injury in in bed without help. She had no idea that I thankfully had a girlfriend over hanging out, and thankfully she was there to help me, but she had no idea that she was there. So this lady, in her mind, knowingly left me there to be stranded in bed by myself all day, knowing that Shelly was not supposed to be home until like 10 o'clock that evening. So I would have been in bed, no medicine, no food, until 10 o'clock that night. It just infuriates me. It's like, what a crazy person. But thankfully, it was then many, many years before I ran into another crazy person. So at this point, I was living in Portland where I now live, and I was going to college, and so I needed to look for more caregivers. I was interviewing a bunch of people, and this woman came over. I interviewed her. She seemed great. And at this time, I was doing like 1 week trial periods where we would work together for a week. And then at the end of that week, I would let you know whether I was going to hire you, permanently, or I was, going to let you go and move on to someone else. Well, throughout this week, she, seemed fantastic. She was really like hardworking. We had a lot in common. She seemed like a great person. And I was really excited. And at the end of the week, I was like, yes, I'm totally going to hire this person. Like, she would make such a great caregiver. She had been a nurse for many years. And, she knew what she was doing. And that was so nice. So the end of the week came, and I was like, okay, I am gonna move forward with you. I would love to hire you. I just need you to fill out this form so I can file a background check. And then I see the look on this woman's face get a little weird, and I'm like, is there a problem with that? And she kind of went silent, and she was like, yeah, like I didn't know that I had to pass a background check. And I'm like thinking, okay, well, I'm not very judgmental. So I'm like, well, what's going on? Why would you not be able to pass one? And I was not expecting the answer that she gave. And she said that when she was a nurse in the hospital working, she had started impersonating a doctor she was working for and writing prescriptions for herself to send to a pharmacy to then pick up for opioids. And she got caught and ended up losing her nursing license. And I don't remember what else happened. She ended up going to jail and was then, had other problems. And, I don't want to villainize, the addiction part, because trust me, I am so sympathetic to it. But it was just so crazy. I was not expecting that. I was blown away. Of course, I was not able to hire her, unfortunately. If for some reason she's watching this, I hope you're doing well. But then I moved on to someone else. And I don't know why all these stories seem to be women, but it was another woman I hired, and we were going through that 1 week trial. And during this week, I noticed that she was in the bathroom for a long time. And I was, at first I didn't really notice or think much about it. But as the week went on, I'm like, man, this woman is in the bathroom for a long time. And so then I start paying closer attention, and I notice that every time she's in the bathroom, I hear a lot of like snorting like going on, and weird ruffly noises that sound like paper bag or plastic bags. And I'm thinking like, this is really weird. And then I start noticing like a couple times she's come out of the bathroom and had like a bloody nose. And then like all of a sudden it hits me like, this woman is in the bathroom snorting, not appropriate stuff, and that's not okay. So that one was crazy to me. Of course, I confronted her and said like, I am sorry that, you were at this place in your life, but that is so inappropriate to do, especially when you are like applying for a job to take care of someone. It was just mind blowing to me. Obviously, I did not hire her, but I still to this day cannot believe that like someone was that brave to do that. Totally blew my mind. So another caregiver I want to talk about, this one was a man, and we are going to call him Fred. So I was very new to having caregivers at this time, and I decided to hire Fred. I didn't realize that I had better options or I could find better people, but I ended up hiring Fred nonetheless. Well, this man was a doozy. So he ended up doing all kinds of crazy things. He was such a narcissist and just an impulsive liar that he would lie about the craziest things. Like he would be like, "Oh, I'm so sick today," not realizing that we were friends on Facebook, and I would look and he would be like on a date at the beach or something, and I was so new to having caregivers that I was so scared that if I said something, I was gonna lose him and then I was gonna be screwed, and really that was totally not true. But so I ended up putting up with so much lying from this person. It was just crazy. And he ended up stealing from me, and at the time I was living with my parents. One thing that comes to mind is he stole my dad's Nike flip-flops that my dad loved and wore all the time, and we were so confused about where they could have went until this man had the gall to wear them to my house. He literally wore them to work, and I was still too scared to say anything. I hate confrontation, but come on, Kenneth, this man stole your dad's shoes and is wearing them. Say something. And then another thing he stole was a $20 bill out of my wallet. I had it, and it was my last little bit of cash I had in my wallet, and I was at school, and I was hungry, so I wanted to go buy some food. And I'm looking at my wallet, and I'm I know I had $20 in here. And he's standing there staring at me I don't know, what happened? And then he literally says, "Well, I don't want to, say anything, but I saw your mom in your wallet this morning, and she was the last one that touched it." And I'm thinking yeah, right, my mom would never steal from me because she knows all she would have to do is ask me and I would literally give it to her. I'm so close to my mom. It just was so crazy. And then I finally figured out that he actually stole the $20 out of my wallet and blamed it on my own mother. I mean, the things that people will do and try to take advantage of are just so crazy. And to think that they are doing this stuff to people with disabilities is truly sickening and sad. But I just want to remind people these are very far and few between. I have had the best luck with amazing caregivers, and I am so fortunate. I just wanted to share these crazy stories because I'm sure so many other disabled people can relate. Um, some people that come into the caregiving field do not come in with the right intentions, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to share these crazy stories. I can laugh about it now. I was definitely not laughing about it. I was definitely not laughing at the time. Some of them were very serious and had to be reported to people, definitely higher than myself. So yeah, I just wanted to share these crazy stories. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and that you have that bell icon turned on so that you get notified every single time I upload a video. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.